right. That was a little low. How's it going, everybody? It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday evening. I was here Tuesday morning, but I'm back. Kit Kat in my hand. I'm eating a Kit Kat. And I thought maybe what we would do, we'd maybe play a couple games of chess first, just to kind of get warmed up. And by the time I'm frustrated enough and that I've lost a few games of chess, I'll probably cry. All right, so let's see. I got to remember my password. The password you entered may have been correct previously. All right, I'm going to sign on off screen so you guys, anybody coming back and watching this, will not know my super secret password, which is password. All right. Nope, that's not it. All right. Let's try one more. I got one more trick up my sleeve. Oh, come on. Are you serious? I don't remember what my password is. All right, that's okay because I can sign on this browser over here. We'll just use another browser altogether. Give me a sec. Okay. So I just got to be careful because this is my naughty boy browser, but we're gonna push forward anyway. It's best to just push through. To just push through and do what you're going to do. All right, so this is a daily game that I have been playing. He's just that's an odd move. Now this is either Matthew or not sure. Now I'm not sure which it is. I'm not sure if it's Matthew or if it's not sure. But that seems like a strange move. I think the move here is just to castle. They have this, which would be met with this, but let's just go ahead and castle. All right, sweet. All right, we played chess. So I've been playing 5-minute games and actually have been doing really terrible at them. So let's do a 5-minute game where I'm talking and let's see how that goes. I am better than 343. Like I am. I know that I am, but the problem is that I've been trying to play these games kind of off just like intuition and pattern recognition, but it hasn't been working too well. I'll push here if he just goes back. All right, so do I want to take towards the center or... Yeah, I think I'm going to take towards the center and then push up here. All right, that's fine. I'm not too concerned with that. He could go here. He could go there. If I push up, he goes there. Let's just go here. He's probably going to defend, and then I will come here. Right. So I was thinking about going there. He goes here. Or no, he takes, and then I take. The alternative is I'm just going to go here. So if he takes, I'll take, and then probably win that as well. Right. So if he takes here, I'll take the horse. Then maybe he makes a random move. That's a weird move. Okay. Then I'll just do this. All right. So he's going to take with the queen, which was stupid of me because I didn't see it until after the fact, but that's fine. We'll go. If I go here, no. Let's go here. I'm really bad at chess. I'm like really, really bad. Yeah, that was the move. And I'm just going to go ahead and resign this game. So this is why I've been losing so bad and why my score is so terrible because I just resign. I just resign the games. All right, let's instead focus on the other things that I wanted to do. Let's instead focus on something that I'm actually pretty okay at. Let's find another song, for example. I'm pretty okay at that as well. Is there anybody here? Let's actually, I'm going to check out let me see. All right, sign into chat. I'm actually going to check out the mobile stream. Let's see if we get that. Whoa. ba. Addy goes live. We're going to check that out, and then I'm going to. There should be a mobile stream here. It's right here, I think, is the mobile stream. Okay, so there we go. Hell sure says, if no one has told you yet, you're wonderful, bright, beautiful individual. Hopefully the rest of your day goes amazingly. Well, thank you, Spam Bot. I appreciate that. Whoever you are, Hell's Queer or Hell's Sure. I appreciate the kind words, even though I believe you're just making them up. But that's fine. I appreciate that. You know what? Kindness is always welcome here at the land of Addy Goes Live. Let's see. And then my sister is texting me. We're talking about my mother now, not tonight. I was just talking about where my Uncle Frank is. She needs to be careful out there alone. So here's the thing about my mother, right? My mother is she's my mother. I'm an old guy, and my mom, therefore, is older by definition, I guess, kind of. So obviously she's going to be older than me, right? But the thing, she lives in the middle of nowhere. Wait, I gotta turn. What is this? She lives in the middle of nowhere. She lives like. Okay. Stop. Oh wait. Okay. I'm hearing myself. That's what I'm hearing. So my mother, she lives in the country. She lives by herself in the middle of nowhere, and she's an almost 70-year-old woman. So the question is how safe is she? Is it safer to live in the middle of nowhere or with no alarm system and no defense, or is it safer to live in this city with an alarm system and defense? Because in the country, your chances of being attacked are quite small, whereas in the city, it's this trade-off. I remember for a long time, it was kind of the equivalent was Windows versus Mac, right? Where is it better to, like Macintosh, which had no let's just assume it had no antivirus software, but who is writing viruses for Mac, as opposed to Windows, which had a slew of antivirus software with people writing viruses for it. So which is safer? Was it Mac just because nobody was targeting Mac, or was it Windows because it had a lot of protection? It's a similar story with my mother. Right now she's living in a Mac, but the question is it safer to live in Windows, or is it safer to live in Mac? I don't know. All right, what I wanted to do, I think what I'll do is we'll try and I really want to get this keyboard, this interaction, the E key. This is turning out to be quite a doozy in terms of how to address this and how to fix it. So like here, I've kind of isolated all the instances where we are looking for the keystroke E to be pressed, and I've isolated them down into into 5 files. The file on the left-hand side is probably the most generic and probably the code that I would keep, and then the ones on the right-hand side are the individual, like the drawer mechanic, the door action, and I don't even know what the move object controller is. I'm not sure what that is. So let's look at that actually. Player entered. Okay, is this my code or is this Unity's code? So this looks like Unity's code, I think. Yeah. Well, this is definitely not my code because it's using tabs as opposed to 4 spaces. And I do not understand like why would you use tabs? Like it is so unintuitive and just like bizarre to me that there's actually people out there that prefer to use tabs over just normal spaces, which I will never understand. That will never make sense to me. But let's see. So this code here, on trigger exit. Yeah, this is. I don't know what this code is. Move object controller. Let's see if we can find that anywhere. So as far as I can tell, okay, this is for the furnished cabin. Wait. Is this suggesting that I can move the furniture around? Okay, if player entered, what is player entered? Player entered is simply on trigger entered. What is on trigger entered? Okay, so on trigger entered. Huh. Okay, so this on triggered entered looks to be some generic Unity function, but it's not an override. I'm honestly not sure what this is. On trigger entered. Okay, is it in mono behavior? Can we look at the source for mono behavior? Okay, and then we can look here. All right, we'll look over here. On trigger entered. Wow. Let's see. No, I don't see anything here. Would it be under behavior, maybe? Okay. Would it be under component? No. Okay. Object is this? Object is the C. Yes, it's the system object. I think. Oh no, it's a Unity engine. Okay, that's right. Because I think object in C# is a lowercase o. So okay, so let's look at this. Let's look at this object. So this is the Unity object. Okay, so this is in fact the default or the basis of basis classes, the basis of base classes, and that's this. And then do we have any kind of like on trigger entered over here? No, we don't have any kind of on trigger entered over here. We got a bunch of stuff. What is this stuff? Like we got the name, we've got flags, get entity ID, instance ID. Okay, so that's a bunch of stuff we really don't care about. It's been decompiled as a matter of fact, so we don't actually even have the source code with it. Okay. Let's ask our dear friend AI. Let me open up a good boy browser and let's talk about AI. Let's see, ChatGPT. Let me keep this over here. Okay, it should be good. Wait a minute now. Let me do this. Okay. So okay, so this is our project we're working on. In Unity, let's see. In my Unity project, I have a few classes that have this method called onTriggerEntered. Enter. Is it it's onTriggerEntered, yeah? Yes. Okay. What is it? Why is it there? Now, onTriggerEntered makes it sound like two things are colliding. Okay. It's a built-in physics callback. It's there so your script can react the moment something enters a trigger collider. Think of it as Unity tapping your class on the shoulder and saying, hey, something just crossed this invisible boundary. Okay, so my first question is, what is that invisible boundary? How do I define that boundary, et cetera, et cetera? But let's keep reading what AI says. What onTrigger actually is. onTriggerEnter is a mono behavior event method Unity automatically calls when two colliders overlap. At least one of them has a trigger enabled. At least one of the objects has a rigid body, and both objects are active. Okay, all right. Common real uses. Enemy enters hallway. Player crosses doorway. Okay, so this is good to know. But typical setup and editor. Add a collider. Check is trigger. Ensure one object has attach a script with onTriggerEnter. Room trigger, mono behavior, onTriggerEnter. Check if entering object is an enemy. Other.compare. So what I'm wondering, why it appears in random classes. So let's go back to let's talk about let's go to the best the best programmer tool in the world. Is this paint.net or is this just paint? I don't want paint. Is there, I really wish there was like the program Mono Behavior, or not Mono Behavior, Mono. It's a drawing program called Mono for Mac. And I really wish there was a Windows equivalent of it, but there's not. Let's see if, I don't know, system, architecture, drawing tool, online, free. Let's try that. Make diagrams. I think I've used Lucidchart before. Let's see, engineering. No, okay, sign up for free. Sign up for free. All right, let's do that. And then let's see, temp email. All righty. Sign up for free. I have clicked it. Okay. Why do I need to enter my work email? Okay. Let's say maybe I work for a company called emacsasp.com. Like, I mean, how do they know that's not my work email? All right, let's see. Full name. My first name is, what is my first name? Keir Starmer. How do I don't know how to spell Keir. Okay. Keir Starmer. Okay. Keir. And then Keir Starmer, President of England. All right. That sounds good. England. And my password is going to be, nope, that's not a good password. Let's do this. Long live the Queen, 1969 exclamation point. Sound good? All right. Now everybody knows my password. All right. And we're going to save that. Okay. Check your inbox to verify. We can do that. Let's just give it a second. Just give it a second. Come on. All right. Perfect. Perfect. We got it. All right. So now that everybody knows the password and the verification, we can move on. All right, so we're going to stick to the current plan of free. I like that plan, Keir Starmer, President of England. All right, so how do I just collect? Okay, click yes. Okay, how do I move on? All right, okay. All right, I would like to use the program, please. Can I please use the program? Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Start diagramming. Got it. All right, I'm going to start diagramming. Quick tip, press M to open the Shape Library Manager. Okay. Now I completely forgot why I did this. Oh my God. Oh, just okay. No, just stop. Okay. What best describes your role? I believe I'm kind of an HR person. What best describes you? Sociopath. Oh, I only have a few options. Okay. I am the executive. Add a coworker's email. Queen of England at england.com. All right. And then we're going to do President _Trump at unitedstates.gov. And then last but not least, we're going to do, who are we going to do? Kim Jong-un at North Korea bestkorea.org. All right, because I mean, North Korea just kind of reminds me of a .org. All right, there we go. All right, so we're going to do that. Okay, which HR case would you like to try first? I think none of them. Let's just start with a blank document. Okay, perfect. It only took 20 minutes, but now we can actually start diagramming. All right, maybe later. Okay, first, okay, perfect. Okay, all righty, here we go. Now, how did I get, I honestly, I don't remember. Okay. So what we're trying to explore is this on trigger enter. Okay, there we go. On trigger enter. We're going to put that up here as kind of like our guiding light. Kind of like what's her name? What is her name? Our guiding light, our North Star, the reason that we do a stream to begin with. Where in the world is her Instagram? The reason that we get on the internet. There she is, Francesca Estevez. She is the reason that we do anything on the internet. All right. And as you can see, I DM'd her. I'm going to DM her a link to this stream as well. Although I do like to believe she is already listening, but we're going to DM her and then hope that she joins. But yes. So anyway, so we're going to put the on trigger enter up here kind of like as our North Star to make sure we stay on track and that we know what we're talking about. Okay. So this is an event that gets called when two things collide. So if I am a no, okay. Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, just back up a second here. Okay, what shapes do I have? Do I have any cool shapes? Like a car? Like, can I? Okay, let me see. A car shape. All right, let's see. Car shape. Let's see. Let's pull that up, and then we'll go this right here. This is perfect. We'll just come over here, and then we're gonna go over here. We're gonna go there. Okay. So if I'm a car, which is that's kind of awful, but that's fine. And let's just say the collider is the car shape itself. Now, if I am a blue post-it note and I'm coming in, boom. So at that point, does the on trigger enter get called? I guess the second that it collides. I would need, so I'm guessing if the on trigger enter, if the script on which the on trigger enter is attached to the car itself, or how can I put this? If the script is attached to the component that has a trigger or a rigid body, not sure which, but so in that code, when this thing collides with it, I will get this callback where what the parameter will be the collider of this post-it note. Now that is a question more than it is a statement, because I don't know the answer, though I think I do know the answer. And I think the answer is what I just expressed. I think I am right on this. So, all right, let me close some of this. I don't know what any of this stuff is. Oh, that was what I was trying to, okay, that was from earlier today. I don't know what that is. And then I don't know what that is either. Okay, so how do we, okay, what I wanted to do is look at, okay, so this makes sense. So the item entity, this is going to get called whenever the item entity collides with something that has a collider itself. So on trigger enter, okay, so let's just look at this. If item data equals null, we quit out. And that makes sense, right? Because that means the item entity, for whatever reason, has no item data. If the item data.target collision layers, and this is a bitwise way of saying if the layers that this item can collide with if basically the thing that we're calling has, okay, I think I got it. So basically I think what's happening is this is basically saying, can we collide with this thing? Like, does this thing have a collision layer of which we can collide? And if it doesn't, it simply returns. Okay. This here is saying, are these the same object? Essentially. Yeah. These are basically saying, okay, are these like, am I just colliding with itself? And if you are, it returns. And then we have this already hit. And I remember implementing this already hit. And I forget what the need for it was. But I do remember implementing it. Implementing it. I do remember that. Okay, and then we get the component var entity if entity is not equal to null. So I'm actually going to change this in C++. It's actually a little bit quicker to do this. I think we discussed this before, whether or not it was in C#, and I think in C# it didn't matter. But since in C++ it actually is a little bit quicker to just go ahead and return as opposed to putting the desired code inside of brackets, I'm just going to I'm going to pretend this is C++. Okay, so, okay, and then entity take damage already hit add. Okay, all right. All right. This, I feel like this on trigger enter, I never really looked at it closely enough. I don't think I ever looked at it closely enough to really appreciate what it was or, you know, how it worked. Prototype 917. Wait, what have I stumbled upon? What are we doing? Can I have context? Yeah. Let me know if you're still there and I'll give you context. How's that? Instead of wasting my breath on somebody that might have already left the chat, let me know if you're still there and I'll give you all the context you want. All right, so let's see. So that's on trigger. So I'm curious about on trigger entered in other places as well. Like, okay, flare around. I'm not too, okay. So this is, so move object controller. So this is basically saying, has the player collided with the trigger? So I'm curious as to move object controller. I'm curious as to what it's attached to. No. So if I come down here, move object controller, and then I can do find references in project. Huh. All right, I'm going to stash this away over here for a second. And then I'm going to... So this is the bathroom sink, which has this, yeah, move object controller. Reach range. What I find interesting... I find lots of things interesting. Okay, let me go ahead and I don't know that I have a furnished cabin in the scene. So let's go ahead and put that in the scene because I'm super curious to know if this will just work, just like kind of auto magically, if it'll just like suddenly I can move furniture around. Like, I mean, I guess that's kind of cool. All right, prefabs, I'm guessing. And then we will have the... All right, so here, we'll do this. All right, I guess I have a bunch of those houses already. Let's pump this scale up. Pump up the pump. All right, transform. Woo. Okay, so this is a very big house. It's bigger than some of the buildings. It might be a little excessive, but you know, I worked hard for this money, so I should be allowed to have a house as big as I want. All right, let's reduce it down a little bit. Let's stop being ridiculous. Okay, so, I kind of love this song. Okay, so let's back this up a little bit. I don't know if I can get into the house, but let's just move it. I mean, I might have to disable the doors, but we'll try it. And I guess that Prototype 917 left the chat because I more than offered Prototype 917 context if he proved he was still there, and he did not, and he proved that he was not there. Okay, so we're gonna go over here. Oh wow, performance isn't terrible, I guess. Okay, we're gonna go over here. Okay, so the doors open up automatically because of the prefab, which is interesting. The kitchen sink had the movable thing on it. So now I am pressing E. Let's go ahead and set a breakpoint. All right, we'll attach this to Unity. Okay, easy. Easy. Okay, so here is, oh, wait, fire. Let me see. Player entered is false, in fact. All right, let me start over here. Let me start Unity over, actually. Let's just do this. Stay away. All right. Very, very sad. I'm just going to bed at that time. Yes, I'll be streaming at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Yes, I'll be streaming at 8 a.m. tomorrow for anybody who is curious. And I don't mean a certain other type of curious, but if you're curious about my live stream, I am streaming at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Distraction free. Tomorrow, of course, is New Year's Eve. Do you have plans on New Year's Eve? I don't have plans on New Year's Eve. I don't know what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm doing, though. I do know what I'll be doing. I'll be probablemente voy a quedar en mi casa y voy a sentir muchas cosas un poco triste porque soy un poco triste. All right, let's start this over. Okay, so we have that. Now I want to see. I want to see what happens if we enter the house. No, I'm super curious about that. Like, what is this doing exactly? Well, let me go back to this, because if the player is entered, we basically have a ray cast that goes out is equal to parent, and we are looking for a movable object. Well, where's the... Okay, movable object equals null. If not is equal to parent, hit collider. Where's the hit? Okay, the raycast hit. Okay. All right. So I want to see if we ever get inside of this. No, I want to see if we ever get inside of this if statement. All right, so we're gonna go over here. Now, in order to get into the if statement, we have to go inside of one of those houses. So let's go over here. All right, and then we can. Okay. So we did, in fact, I mean, I'm assuming that's why. Okay, we have, in fact, broken through. All right. Okay, so we continue to break through, which is good. Whew. It's not good, boys. It's not good. All right. So we go through. Are we still breaking through? Are we still getting inside? Okay, we're still getting inside the if statement. That's good. Okay. Oops. Okay. Now, the sink was a movable object, at least as far as I understand it. Let's go over here and let's make sure we're still inside of here. We are. Okay. Now, we're not getting inside of this, right? We're not getting inside of this object here. So what is the, okay, is equal to parent. This has to be a built-in, no, it's not. Is current game object equal to the game object of the other? All right, well, let's see what this is doing. So this is, second component, current game object equals other dot game object. For I equals to 0, the item max walks. Current go equals if current go dot equals this game object. Okay, so movable object. Huh. All right, let me look at okay. So movable object it's kind of just like a decorator. It's almost like an interface. Okay. So where is it attached to anything? Let's see. Okay. So I'm guessing what it is that let's look at basket. I'm guessing that movable object will be listed as a component under some things. Movable object. Okay, so this is the bathroom sink. This is in fact a movable object, right? Because what we're doing is we're casting out a ray cast, and then wait a minute. Hold that thought. Is the object of the collider player? Oh, no. Is he cool? Okay, let's walk through this. Let's take our time. Let's take our time walking through this. So is equal to parent. So what we are passing into is equal to parent is the collider we got from the raycast, and then basically a reference to a local variable. Okay, so and the local variable is kind of inconsequential. Okay, so we start with the other, which is the thing we got back from the raycast. So what we have done. Let's go to the number one programmer tool of all time. Okay, so let's assume. Okay, no. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. This is gonna be okay, and then we're gonna have this, and then we're gonna have this guy here, or he doesn't have to be so tall, and then we're gonna have this guy over here, right there. Okay, wait a minute. Just stop for a second, okay? Please, just calm down. All right, so we're gonna have that guy here, and then he's gonna. No. I want you to swing out. Why can you not swing out? Just swing out. Okay, that's what I want. Okay, I don't understand why I couldn't just draw, but that's fine. Okay, and then can you swing the other way, please? Swing the other way, please. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I got to be careful where I place this, or else, this is a family-friendly show. Not quite. Okay, so we got that. We're going to shorten this. Okay, so he comes in, right? And now let's say that this is the kitchen sink, okay? So he comes in, and what's happening is he is extending a raycast. We'll have the raycast come out here. No, not like that. I want a straight line. No, stop. Why are you fighting with me? Okay, we'll just do it like that. Okay, right? So he's going to extend a raycast, and let's just put that there. Okay, so now this. Okay, so we've hit this. So this is actually other. All right, so we'll just label this. All right, we'll just label this. Oh my God. I don't know what I did. Okay, stop. Just stop, Addie. Just stop. Okay, other. Okay, and then that's what the car is going to be. All right, let me see. All right, here we go. There we go. Right there. Okay, perfect. Okay. Oh, wait, what? Why did you? No, I didn't tell you to do that. Oh, my stars and garters. I just want a straight line. I don't necessarily want to connect the objects. Okay. This is perfect, right here, just like that. And then this can go, I know I'm spending more time about drawing. Okay. And we're going to make this thick. We're going to make it as thick as possible, MFers. We're going to make this so thick. Okay. And then we're going to, no. Okay. This is fine. I would like to draw the little arrow at the end of it, but it's going to be okay. Can I get that arrow somehow? Okay. I'm surprised there's not just like a settings or something. Add action, explore section, adds thumbnail, document settings. Okay, whatever. Okay, so let's back up. So what we're passing in is the other, which is, here's the raycast. The raycast comes out of the guy, basically the player, and then it extends straight. Now, in this case, we have hit the car, also known as other. That's what this other is here. Right here on line 112. Okay, so is equal to parent. So we're actually just passing in the collider, and then again, we're passing in a reference, okay? All right, so we get the component movable object of other. Oh, wait a minute. Other draw. Okay. So what we're doing is we're looking at we're basically looking at, we're trying to find a movable object component of the collider, which we just hit. Max walk. Okay, for max walks, we only walk 6 times. If the current game object equals this game object, so basically if we're like, if we've touched ourselves, we've all been there. Wait a minute. Wait. Okay. Boneless. Anyone want to make a game with me? I'm great at making games, just terrible at finding friends that make games. Oh, no. Boneless. No, nobody's interested. Okay. So we have, all right, get component movable object. If draw equals null, so draw may equal null because we have no move. Okay. So basically we are looking at the other, and we are walking. What are we walking exactly? What is I? Where's I going? What? Wait, what? Who wrote this? Wait, what is this? I gotta stop drinking soda. My mouth is so dry. Where'd my water bottle go? Where is my water bottle? There. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I was getting ready to lose it. But I it makes sense. Okay. So what we're doing is we're looking at the game object. So other, so that would be this thing here. And then basically what we're saying is, this is terrible. This is terrible code. Draw. Okay. Because really it should just be return true here. As opposed to doing this break and just like, no, just like that. That's not very good. I don't like that. I would definitely. So, okay. So what I'm getting at is we're looking at the current game object to see if we're looking at ourselves. If we are, return value true. If draw equals null, draw is going to equal the movable object of the current game object. So there's something I'm misunderstanding here, because this is almost like saying, well, I want to return myself as a movable object so I can move myself like that. Like there's something I'm not understanding here, because this is current game. Wait, no. Again, we pass in other. Wait, where is it? Okay, we pass in other, which is the collider of the thing that we raycast out of. Excuse me. Let's put this side by side. Okay. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. Oh, that's good. That's not good. That's not good. Okay, let's okay, this will do fine. But I just want to have these both side by side. We pass in other get component movable object. So draw is going to equal movable component. So now we start our walk. We start with the current game object, which we set as the game object of the other. And then we say, okay, is the current game object equal to ourself? Right? So is the thing with which we collided, is it me? It's like, it's like that Taylor Swift song, like, hi, me, I'm the problem, it's me, or whatever that song is. Like that's kind of like what this is asking. It's like, hey, am I the problem? Boneless 1213. Yeah, I know no one is interested. We all need to work alone. I know, Boneless, it's sad, but Boneless, look, here's what I want you to do. If you're still there in the chat room, Boneless, I want you to list 3 reasons. Give me 3 reasons why people should be friends with you. And I don't mean that in like a bad way, right? Like, you always hear these things like, what do you bring to the table? So, and Boneless, you might be a great guy and you might bring plenty to the table, but I only know you from the 2 messages that I just read in my chat room. So I would love to know what you bring to the table in this friendship. I will wait your answer and I'll continue on. Okay, so we're basically saying if the current object is me, then we get a movable object in the parent and return that. Well, first of all, this is a terribly written function. Like, I don't understand the purpose of this function. Okay, but there's a couple of problems here. Like I said, you can exit out early. Like, there is no reason you couldn't do this, right? Like, there's no reason you couldn't just do this and this, right? Saves you a lot of trouble. And then you can even come down here and you can do this because you're only going to get to the end if there's nothing to return. And then you can get rid of the return value altogether. How hard was that? How hard was that? Okay. So, but like, that's one of those things that's like, it's easy to see when you have 40 years experience, right? But some things that like, that's something that like maybe not a junior developer should see, but at least a mid-level developer should see that. So anyway, so that's the same thing. So I'm going to keep this change just to kind of better understand this myself. And let's just clean this up a little bit. So again, I'm not sure what's happening here. If the current game object is equal to us, then we look for a movable component in the parent, and then we return. Okay. So the function is called is equal to parent. So we're saying yes, and we're saying here is the movable object that is the parent. Okay. So we'll deal with that in a second. Okay, so not equal. So at this point, we're not equal. So the current game object, so this is just iterating up. So we should continue. Okay, so what if I gotta undo my changes. I'm just going to go all the way back. Let's just go back. Okay. So this is just how this is how we're walking. Yeah, I don't quite get what's happening here. But let's look at where is equal to parent is being called. So if it's not is the object of the collider player is looking at the same as me? It's not, so return. What? So we should only get down here if... Maybe I'm misunderstanding entirely what this is supposed to be doing. Kikui. Yeah, I don't understand. Is equal to parent. Return. It's not like well, all right. I'm getting too bogged into this. I'm getting blinded by minutia. And I think I just need to move on. I don't think it's imperative that I completely understand what's happening here. I just really want to, because it doesn't make any sense to me, right? Like, is equal to parent. So basically I'm saying, you're saying, oh, is the thing I'm looking at equal to me? And if it's not, then never mind. But if it is, now we want to do this animation and stuff. Like what? Like who hurt you? Like what? I don't understand. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. Again, I'm getting stuck in the minutia. But the purpose of this was this right here. So to basically isolate all the areas where we're using E to interact with something. This was one of them. I don't think that this is imperative. I don't think that this code's ever going to be used. But one thing we can do to kind of just check ourselves is we can just throw an exception if we ever get in here, right? Let's just let me see. What's a good exception to use as opposed to not implement it? Here we go. Not supported exception. Where's my AI? Like, why am I not getting any? Where's my AI? Like, where? Like, hello? Hello? All right. Is AI broken? Like, I have not used this computer. Granted, I was gone for about 6 weeks, so the connection with Copilot may have been broken. But how do I fix that? Okay, go right here. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to see why AI is not working. Like, that's not okay. What about let's try something else. Let's see if it's working in Visual Studio Code. Okay, it does seem to be working in Visual Studio Code, but not in Visual Studio. Let's make sure. Let's just do FPS movement, and then let's say here's how we can test it. If local move speed, see, look, it's working, is less than 2, then quadruple its value, and then okay, yep, okay. So AI is definitely working just fine in Visual Studio Code, but it's not working so fine. Oh, wait a minute. Could this have anything to do with the... Okay, let's see. I don't think it has anything to do with the... Okay, wait. Throw new system not supported. Okay, there we go. There's my AI. Okay, so basically what I'm getting at is instead of trying to refactor this code, I'm kind of assuming that the code's never that it's never going to be used. So, but to keep myself honest, what I'm doing is I'm just adding an exception so that if the code ever does get invoked, we will know. Now, the other thing I want to do is I want to convert all these stupid tabs to spaces. And I'm not sure. Okay, here we go. Spaces. Okay, perfect. All right, so I just want to make sure everything is spaced because tabs, like literally, like there are a lot of things that I do not like about North Korea, and I believe it's probably like a horrible open air prison dictatorship kind of thing. But if Kim Jong-un came to announce tomorrow that there would be severe generational consequences for anybody who uses tabs instead of spaces, then I would support that. I would even consider immigrating to North Korea, but only on the condition that North Korea will forever use spaces instead of tabs. So that is how strongly I am against tabs. Like why would you use tabs? Like why? And Boneless123, I don't think you're there anymore, but I'm still waiting to hear what you bring to the table as a friend. He was in the mobile stream and he was whining about how nobody liked him and nobody wanted to be his friend. So I was waiting for a reason why we would want to be friends with him. Okay. Okay, so this instance is kind of taken care of, so to speak. All right, so we just comment that out. Perfect. All right, now, what about the other ones? Okay, so door interaction. This is my code. It's all my code, right? No, what I mean by that, I believe this is code I wrote as opposed to door action. I don't even know what this is. What is this? Did I write this? Did I write this? I don't know if I wrote this. I mean, let me just format it a little bit just so I can read it better. But I don't think I wrote this. This doesn't look like something I wrote. Mainly because it there's two types of ways that code can look pretty. One is how it functions as written, right? If it's not necessarily clever, but if the code that has been written is well designed, it executes well, it does some things oh, that's a good way to do that. Not necessarily a clever way to do it, but that is a good way to do that or a proper way to do it. Cleverness also can help. So that's one way in which code can be good or can look pretty or look good, is that its functionality looks good. The second way in which code can look pretty is if it's just fucking formatted prettily. How difficult is it? You do not understand how many times I have reviewed code where it looked like let's go back to this. Let's go back to the beginning of this, right? Where it looked like this piece of garbage right here. I'm sorry, but even if the code is functionally perfect, if it's formatted like this, I'm rejecting the PR. Because the thing is, it's if you're too lazy to just clean up the code, then what other shortcuts are you taking? What other things are you ignoring? No. So you know what? Take the fucking time to just go ahead and format it nicely. Is it that hard? Clean your room. Like Jordan Peterson would say, just clean your room. All right. Clean your code. That's all you have to do. Just clean your code. Oh, look who has decided to show up in the chat room. Well, look who's here. Oh, Mr. I'm too good for the stream because I have a fancy job now, Mr. Shore. Oh, I see how it is. Mr. Not Sure is just like, oh, well, I guess I've got time for you peons. Ha, ha, ha. I see how it is, Not Sure. Well, I'm getting ready to sign off anyway, but I see how it is, Not Sure. Mr. I'm too good for you. Hey, Not Sure, what are you doing tomorrow night for the New Year's? Let's go get drunk. Let's go do shots. No, I don't want to. Well, let's do it. Maybe I could be talked into it. All right, let's see. Okay, so I don't know what this script is. I don't. But like again, like can you not just like how like this? What I'm doing, like how hard is this? All right, and this is also mixed. No, we don't want any mixing here. Pure, nothing but pure spaces. That's what we want. Spaces. Nothing but pure spaces. Strictly, purely spaces. All right, here, here, here. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. I am a space supremacist, is what I say. Right? Like, no. Do not take that out of context. Do not take that out of context. Not Sure says New Year's is my favorite holiday. Well, la-di-da-da. La-di-da-da to you. You know, my favorite holiday is Flag Day. No, I don't know why I said that. I remember my daughter when she was a little girl, like when she was really little, like 6 years old, she would always get excited for Flag Day. I don't know why, but she would always get excited for Flag Day. And I thought it was like the cutest thing ever. Okay, so what we have, Not Sure says least favorite. Oh, New Year's is my least favorite holiday. Oh, okay. I was glossing over that. It's your, why? Why is it your least? Let me guess. There was a horrible fire when you were a kid on New Year's Eve. And ever since then, you've never liked it because the police suspect it was arson. And you have sworn your lifelong mission will be to find the person who set fire to your house, thus destroying all of your stuffed animals. That's why I've called it. Okay, I have no idea what this is. Door action. Let's just search that, see if that's anywhere. No, it's not. Polygon off. I am going to pass on parent. This is ugly. What is this? What? This is so stupid. This is written by this code is written by somebody that doesn't know how to write code. I don't know what door action is, but what I am going to do, I'm just going to throw another exception here. Not supported extension. Door action is deprecated. Okay. All right. Okay. So that is door action. So, and then this is some stupid file. All right, so what we have here is we have this, the door interaction, which is different than door action. Ooh, it's getting warm. So door interaction is different than door action. Door interaction is something that we need to handle. Drawer mech is something that we need to handle as well. Look at this terrible code. I think I did write this. No, I think I modified this. I don't think I wrote it, but I do think I modified it. What terrible code that is. Let's just do this. Just mixed. Remember, well, no, there's no space mixing here. We are a pure space only project. Keep the files pure. Spaces only. No tabs allowed. Not Sure says it's just an odometer rolling over. Well, okay. I like my theory better as to why you dislike it. I'm going to stick with that. I don't care what you say. I'm sticking with my theory that your house burned down as a kid on New Year's Eve, but they suspect that it was some crazy stalker guy in the neighborhood who, I was going to say a bunch of stuff that was probably inappropriate, but it was some crazy stalker guy, and you just he's your sworn enemy. And some say he's still out there to this day. He's still out there waiting and biding his time, and not sure will be there to stop him when he strikes again. Okay, so drawer mechanic, door interaction, and then item entity. Item entity being, I think, the most generic one. Let me see. Key code. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Let's do keycode.e. Whoa. All right, so we don't want the escape or the equals. We just want the .e with, I believe we just want .e with a closed parentheses. And I'm seeing a lot more instances than I originally did. Okay, not too many. Like door action we just covered. The movable object we just covered. So the drawer mech, player interactor, which is over here on the left-hand side. Okay, so I think we're good. We just have, so we basically really just have like 3 instances to address, more or less, which we're going to do tomorrow at 8 a.m. because I'm about ready to go get in bed. But yeah, and not sure, I'll see you here at 8 a.m. tomorrow, right? Right? What time do you have to be at work, Not Sure? What time does Not Sure Inc. open up? That's what I want to know. The Not Sure LLC. What time does it open up? You ever no, I don't know. You ever kind of just like suffer through something alone? Yeah. No, there were these not YouTube reels. There were these Instagram reels, and I mean, there's lots of Instagram reels, and a lot of them are dumb. But there was this one where it was it's this guy, and what he does is he has flowers, and he goes around and he gives flowers to men, right? Because as men, as a man, have you ever gotten? I've never gotten flowers in my life. And like they always say that the only time a man gets flowers in his life is when he dies, is at his funeral. And so this guy, he would go around to just like random men on the street and just give flowers to men. And it's not in a gay way, just like in like a supportive way, right? And but he would hand them a note that said something like, what was it? It was something like, I hope you recover from the things you don't talk about, or something like that. It was something to that extent. And I was like, damn. That's heavy. Because like it's men, I know that everybody, like you've seen like that lesbian from the 90s who lived life as like a man for like 6 months, and then she eventually ended up killing herself because of how terrible it like men have it compared to women. Like women just, I mean, like, yeah, no, being a man's difficult. And I know women just sit there and like, oh, it must be so nice being a man. But no, it's not nice being a man. I mean, it is, but I think it's a lot harder than a lot of people think. Not Sure says every day. That's lame. I prefer going to confession, having my sins absolved. I mean, I guess that's fine if you're religious. You know, I'm not a religious guy. I'm not. I'm mostly an atheist. I say no. I think I'm. Well, the problem is how do you define God? Like, do I believe that there's some higher being? I guess, but what does that even mean? Like, what does God mean? Like I don't know. Like if our universe was the result of some alien species petri dish, Would that make that alien species God? Probably not, and a lot of religious views, but why not? Explain how DNA works. I mean, you know, it works with just like the chemicals and the molecules and the stuff it's doing the copying and, you know, the thing, you know, the thing. I don't know, man. I don't even know how computers work. You want me to explain DNA? Come on, get real. All right, let me do this. I am going to check this code in. Basically, we just clean some things up. Did you find a room yet? Not sure? You want to rent a room from me? You know, I would totally rent you a room if I knew you, right? For all I know, you could be a mass murderer. Like, I don't know. There has to be some creator of some point. Everything's computer. I mean, I don't know that there has to be like, well, here's the thing. Like the way that I view it in terms of like there has to be a creator, I don't know that I necessarily agree with that because there's a big presupposition in what you just said that everything has to have a creator. And the presupposition there is that time exists. And like this has always been my thing is like I don't think time necessarily exists. I think time is more of a construct that we create in our brains because we need some way to differentiate, right? We need some way to differentiate between what we experienced and what we're experiencing now. Like we need something to differentiate that. But I think like the way I always thought about it is think of the universe and take away every single living thing in the universe. What are you left with? You're just left with a place that's in a state of now. It's like a constant state of now. That's kind of how I've always thought of the universe. So the fact that like everything needs a creator, no, it doesn't need a creator because a creator denotes an origin. An origin denotes time. And so I've always like, I don't know. I think if you remove time, then you don't need an origin. And that's the thing that makes the most sense to me is that time is just a human construct, or maybe not. I mean, I guess animals also have some sense of time, so maybe, but time is a sentient / conscious things construct. It's not necessarily governed by law, by nature, I guess would be a way to put it. So that's kind of how I think of things. That's kind of how I think of things in terms of, you know, what's the origin of everything. Because you take away time, and suddenly nothing needs an origin because things are just there. That's just how things are. So, anyway. Yeah. Yep. We should meet up. I'll be wearing a pink inflatable ellipsoid. What's this? Oh, all right. I am going to go get in bed. I am going to go quietly to bed. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, let me push this code. Let me push it. Not sure. I expect to see you back here at 8 o'clock, right? Like you never answered like, oh, 9 to 5. So 8 if I'm motivated. So here's the thing, like 9 to 5, right? So you'll be here at 8 o'clock. Like if you get up to shower, like to do your morning routine, then you put this stream on while you're like brushing your teeth and showering and getting dressed and doing all that stuff to make your, you know, yourself just the man you are to go out there and tackle the day. But really, who works on New Year's Eve? Like, why are you working on New Year's Eve? Like, stop that. Just tell them like, no, I don't work on like say like my name is not sure and I do not work on New Year's Eve. Just tell them that. Okay, we're pushing these things because not sure says he will be listening tomorrow. Okay, I know that makes no sense, but that's what I'm going with. That's the commit message. Commit message. I'm a contractor. All right, that does complicate it a little bit. More I work, more I get paid. Yeah, but you don't need the money. You're fine. You're fine. You don't need the money. You don't need the money. You're fine. All right. I'm going to get off of here. Not sure. I hope to see you at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'll be back at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning because why not? And then tomorrow's New Year's Eve. So who knows what crazy antics we'll get into. But I do plan to... so tomorrow, what I want to do, not sure, in case you weren't here, is the issue is... And I'll show you the issue really quick. And then, oh, wow. That's an issue right there with that bug. Okay, but let's just... So let me show you the issue really quick that we're addressing. Oh, excuse me. I feel like I'm going to puke. But I'm not going to puke. I'm good. I'm fine. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to equip my flashlight. Now, I know since it's the date... Wow, this is jumpy. Okay. Is it jumpy? I think maybe it was just starting. I don't know. But here's the issue. So I'm going to come over here. Now you press... Now to turn the flashlight on and off, you press E. Right? But if I come over here, and now to open the doors, I have to press E. But now the doors are open, but I've turned the flashlight on and off. Right? So that is the issue, and so we're trying to address that in a more generic way. But now I'm a little wow, it was like jumpy. Let me just delete this. I mean, I'm getting too many like houses and shit, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right, boys, I'm gonna go sulk. I'm gonna go cry. I'm not gonna cry. Men don't cry. Well, we do. We just cry in private. That's what we do. We cry in private. All right. Wow, that is quite a name. Tadipitra Woodgas. No, Tada Petrita Woodgauss 8353 says, "What is this?" Just for that, I am banning you. Just for asking, I'm blocking you. If you block, oh wait, I can't block them. All right, never mind. I can't. Never mind. I don't care. All right, I'm going to bed, boys. Hope to see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Not sure. Anybody else who's here, have a great night and see you in the morning. All right, bye.